Okay, good morning, everybody. I am coming to you with like a quick video. I'm in my car, just parked in the parking lot. I just got my breakfast. I'm gonna eat and talk. Just really quick about what's been going on. Like, what the heck is the deal? Like, I know, like, if all this that was going on in my life wasn't going on, I would have videos posted and just be very I would be ensuring that I post content. But I just been in a very bad but good space, and here's why. Okay, so for those who do not know, or no one really knows because I haven't told many people, but I am pregnant. I am about 5 months to 5 months. And I have been dealing with, since about October, anxiety and depression. And I looked it up, and like, Google is my go-to for every freaking thing. So I looked it up, and it was prenatal, pregnancy, anxiety and depression. And I knew it was bad, but I never really understood. Like, I understood it was bad. And I voiced it to my doctor. And nothing really came of it. Like, they didn't really follow through with things that they said they were gonna follow through with. In order to help me. So I was just dealing with it on my own, and we were on Christmas break, and it was a significant moment that happened when I walked out of the bathroom after taking a shower, and Javon, my husband, was like, "Babe, are you losing weight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just noticed it too. Like it's really showing that I'm losing weight." And then throughout that day, I was just like, I gotta tell him. And we dropped Jasper off to daycare for that one day at the whole break. And we're grocery shopping. I just have to tell him, at this point, I have to tell him the extent of what I'm going through with anxiety and depression. So I began to explain to him how I've been so anxious and just depressed that I haven't been eating. And eating and not eating intentionally, not saying I'm sitting there I feel hungry and I just say, no, you're not gonna eat, feeling so overwhelmed and just out of it that I don't remember to eat. And then when it's oh shit, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, well, oh shit, I didn't eat today, so let me eat something. And it's not even nutritional value foods. It's foods that'll just get me by. So I knew I was in a tough place then, when I had to break it all down to him about the emotions I was feeling, and just every thought that ran through my mind that I couldn't just figure the hell out. It was fucking with me, and it still fucks with me, but my ability to now talk about it has been helping me, because I'm a person that kind of bottles things up, and I just store it in, and then I reach this moment where I just have this big breakdown, and it's just no one really understands why the hell this is happening. But with me, I'm I've been holding this shit in. I've been holding this shit in from 3 months ago, and here it all is just exposing itself. So I wasn't eating, and I wasn't eating. I was just down in the dumps. Work was just not fitting. Jasper was getting sick, and I have to put my sick child onto my mom because I have to go to work, and the shit it was just never ending of me just feeling how the fuck am I gonna do this with 2 kids? I have to go to work, make sure I can provide, not provide, because Javon is a great provider and protector, but how am I mentally gonna do this? And it just seems like it's an easy thought process, but it's yeah, we wanted this child. Like, we thought about it, we planned it, like we were making all efforts to have another child, because I want children, like I want a family. But my mind would not let me just be okay, like be happy, because I was just finding so many things to just be like, well shit, how the fuck is this gonna work? Like how am I gonna do this? Like, this isn't like everything that I'm like my mind is presenting me with, it just seemed like it ain't gonna work. So I was losing weight, like I lost 10 pounds, like, and like to the where, like till this day I'm not showing, like I'm 5 months not showing, like I'm gaining like just nutrients back. And I'm like still finding myself in this constant circle of being just over fucking whelmed and just depressed. And like, and Javon's like, Michelle, like if you need to leave work, like you need to let me know so I can go and find something else to suffice the payment, like the income that you're doing. And I'm like, no, like and like in my mind, all I could say was like, I have to go to work because my mom did it and she had 2 kids and she was alone. Like, your mom did it and she had yourself and she was taking care of other people. Like, it's like I felt like I was gonna be less than if I needed to take a break. So I just kept I'm continuously pushing myself till where like I'm exhausted. Like my body is just, I'm just tired. And like I can't wrap my head around leaning on other people for help. And it's a struggle. Like I battle with it. Like I'm not they just riding by looking at me. Mind you, I'm not a person to lean on others. I feel like I should be able to handle this shit on my own. And like everything's just fucking with me. So I go to the doctor yesterday, like already anxious. Like I'm just like, I'm not feeling, I haven't felt like myself in a while. So I go to the doctor yesterday, speed this story up. I go to the doctor yesterday, and I walk in there, they take my blood pressure. It's like 150/90. And then like the nurse is like, oh my God, ooh. And I'm like, okay, I feel fine. Like I don't know why my blood pressure would be like that, whatever. And yes, I'm having a Coke in the morning. I don't care. Then she's like, okay, we're gonna have, like, I'm gonna call the doctor in and she'll take you from there. So before the doctor comes in, another nurse comes in, takes my blood pressure. It's 145/95. And she's like, okay, it went down a little bit. And she just goes back in the hallway. And in the hallway, from my room, I hear them in the hallway saying, oh, she's gonna have to be the fourth person we send to the hospital today. So automatically my mind's like, oh fuck no. And this was not, it didn't help because Javon was not there this appointment because he had parent-teacher conferences last night. So I was by myself. So I'm hearing them say this. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it ain't that fucking bad. Like, I could understand if it was like 162, you know, like where I'm at, risk. I mean, there's a risk for any blood pressure being high, but like, damn, like you saying you gotta send me to the hospital for what? So I'm already getting in my like, what the fuck? Like, it's always something. And the doctor comes in and she's like, okay, Michelle, I'm gonna have to send you to the hospital. And I was like, why? Like, I feel fine. Can you just, like, I was like, I'm not trying to base this appointment on my last pregnancy, but if my blood pressure was slightly elevated before, they would just wait until the end of the appointment till like all jitters and stuff left my body, and then they would take it again. She was like, well, that don't matter. Like, I need to send you to the hospital just to check. And her statement after that is, you should have known what you were doing with being overweight and having a high-risk pregnancy. And that shit just threw me the fuck off. Like, my whole attitude just shifted. It changed. And I was like, yeah, now I'm on like some type of like self-defense, but like like what the fuck does that mean? Like, but like, and I've noticed that I have, like, my energy, if I'm upset, I have the ability to make the whole room unfucking comfortable. And like, in that moment, it just switched, and I was like, did she really just fucking say that to me? Like, in my head, I'm just replaying this. Like, did she really just say that to me? Did she really just say that to me? Like, okay. Like, don't read into it. And she goes on and on about how these are the things I just have to understand and deal with. She said either you go to the hospital or you go get blood work right after you leave this appointment, and you come see me 2 days later. I said I don't have the time for that. I have parent-teacher conferences, as well as my aunt just died on Friday, and we have her funeral coming up. So I don't have the time to take off. She was like, and then she makes a statement again, well, these are the things you got to deal with when you have a high-risk pregnancy. And I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand. But, like, your comment don't make no fucking sense. Like, I don't feel like this is the moment you should be saying any of this shit. So, she goes on. She was like, okay, let's go over the blood work you got done. She goes on to tell me, like, that, all of a sudden, like, all of my years, I'm diabetic. My blood shit is, I passed my glucose test. Like, you know, where you drink the drink? They didn't have me do one, like, before the time, and then I had to do another one. I passed my glucose test, but somehow I'm diabetic. That shit didn't make no fucking sense to me. Because I, like, talking to my mom, she was like, Michelle, what was your level? Like, I was like, it's point, I'm gonna start driving a little bit. I was like, it was 5.7, and my mom was like, no, like, if it's over 7, that's when you're diabetic. And she kept saying, well, the doctor kept saying, your pre-blood work shows that you're 5.7. I was like, hold on, what are you talking about pre-blood work? Because when I went to go to LabCorp, they did not take any blood, like, before I drank my glucose drink. All the blood tests, all the blood samples that you have received was after I've drank the drink. Like, I'm letting you know, nothing was done before I had ingested that sugary ass drink, and that now says that I got diabetes. So, and I'm not saying that it's not a possibility to have diabetes. Like, fuck, I'm fucking big. Like, I mean, there's a possibility my mom has diabetes, but I know for my body, there would be other signs. Like, I would be weak. I would be, like, my wounds and, like, just cuts and scars wouldn't heal easily. Like, there would be other signs leading up to the fact that I'm pre-diabetic, and that's not the case. So, then she goes on to say, we're looking at your, I think it was hemoglobin. No, I don't fucking know. But they're looking at my blood, and basically, she said, I'm not saying that you have sickle cell, but what I am saying is that some of your red blood cells are carrying or presenting themselves with the same traits as sickle cell. So I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like my mind, like, and I'm crying at this point, because I'm like, how is all of, like, out of my 27 years of living, I ain't heard I'm diabetic, and I drink iced coffees on a go, like, and not like now, like, this would be my one caffeinated drink all day, and everything else would be water. But it's like, hold the hell up, wait a minute, something ain't right. So I'm crying, and I'm like, this shit is, like, it's just, like, never ending. Like, it's always something. And she's like, I'm sorry to give you so much bad news today. Like, you came in here all happy and cheerful, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, let's get back to this sickle cell shit. Because from my experience, and I haven't experienced many people, but from my experience, people that have sickle cell, number one, it starts early. I'm 27 years old, have had blood tests for every other year, every 2 years. When I go to the doctor, get blood tests, blood samples. I was at the doctor often when I was young. Like, not once has anyone told me that I have sickle cell, like, or even the traits of sickle cell. Second, sickle cell is like one of them, like, born with diseases. Like, you're in pain. Like, there's like signs of you having sickle cell. I'm gonna drive so I can get to work on time. I don't really feel. There's like traits of, like, you having, like, there's signs before they just tell you, oh, you got some traits of sickle cell. Like, there are signs before it even gets to all of that shit. So I'm like, yo. So she's like, I gotta refer you to a blood doctor. Now, I don't know how to say the shit. I don't know how to say what the name of the blood doctor is. But she's like, I gotta refer you to a blood doctor. I'm like, when the hell am I having? And, like, I know in this moment I shouldn't be thinking about, oh, fuck, I ain't got no time at work. They took all my time when I had the flu, and half of my damn class was out with the flu. They took all my time. So I'm on like a contract where I can't take no days out of work, or I'm gonna have to present myself to the fucking board and plead why I should keep my job because I had the damn flu that took my damn. So she's telling me all this about the sickle cell traits and, like, my red blood cells shaped like a S or something like this stuff. And I'm like, hold up. I look like I leave. So after that, I leave the appointment. I get a stack of papers. I'm referred to this doctor, referred to that doctor, referred to this doctor. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have never in my fucking life, like, and, like, it was just the most uncomfortable, like, just depressing fucking appointment. So I called my husband. I'm like having a freaking panic attack. I had to pull on the side of the road. Like, I'm gonna fucking die because I look it up, and, like, you die. Like, I don't know what I'm jumping to the worst case scenario from the get go, like, from the jump. And it's just like, this ain't ideal. This ain't the way shit should go. So, me and my husband, I talked to my mom about it a little bit, and my mom's like, Michelle, you need a second opinion. Like, you need to find another doctor, and you need to talk to somebody about what has been told to you. And I'm like, okay. Let me hear you for these teachers or these parents come up in here like they. I was like, okay, like, it makes sense. She was like, because you're not diabetic. She was like, you are not diabetic. And I was like, okay, well, that makes me feel a little better. And then she goes on to say, like, my mom was like, and you don't need to be so easily, like, worried. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, just relax. And I'm like, okay, that's easier said than done, right? So I talked to Javon about it when he gets in the car. I pick him up from the parent-teacher conferences, and, like, he was like, Michelle, you gotta understand, there was a reason why you were there alone today. There's a reason why, like, you have to tell me this information versus me being there with you. Like, out of all the times we go to appointments together, this one time is where you receive the most bad news. And, like, I was like, okay, let me look at it different ways. So this morning I woke up very, like, just not with it, like, tired, overwhelmed, just not at ease. And I was like, something has to give. So Javon made a statement. He was like, you know how not talking about your issues hinders you. So he was like, so what you need to do is, if you don't want to talk to me, or you don't want to talk to your mom, or you don't want to talk to your co-teacher, when in doubt, make a YouTube video. Because there's someone else going through similar things, and they're looking for resources, and they don't have the information. And I don't have all the fucking information. I'm going to tell y'all when I get the information, because I don't have the shit. But so that's what I did. I made a video. I will give you guys more information as I get information. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day. I gotta go to work. I gotta deal with these damn kids. All right, see ya.